basically 3-inch increments. Okay, so 6 feet, 7 feet, and then 3 inches. Okay, and I'll be able to put cabinets in there. You don't have that luxury because on your drawing over there, your kitchens are saying that we go from where the stove is. Your stove is 30 inches. Okay, your refrigerator will be 36 inches, just for easy working. So your opening here to here is not going to be 66 inches like you would think. It's actually going to be 67 or 68 inches because you need that 1 inch or 2 inches there of play to wiggle the things in and get them things situated. Okay? But from here, you basically go over, you come down, you go over, and that's your kitchen. Okay? Now these lines across the top, here, and here, and here, are all wall cabinets. Okay? Unlike what they did, we're going to use our wall cabinets as dashed lines. Okay? Let me just terminate this bad boy. So, wall cabinets are 13 inches off the wall. Okay? But we're going to make them 12 for manual drafting. And that's just so we can plop that thing down. Now, when you do your wall cabinets, you're actually going to do dashed lines. Okay? Just like that. That's how we'll know that they're wall cabinets. Okay? When you have your stove, and what did I say that stove thickness was or width was?
30 inches.
Stove? 30 inches, right. Okay? Okay. So now, on this template here, you've got a 36 inch, and then you've got these guys here that'll give you shorter ones. Same thing here. Okay, so it just depends on whether you've got what depth, 21 or whatever. But we're just going to go ahead. That's refrigerator. So for our 36 inch, 30 inch wide stove, we're going to come out, down to 30 inches, and then we'll make our connection. Okay? So now I'm going to put the circles on, the burners. That's how I know it's a stove. Okay? So to take that, you're just going to take and you're going to eyeball it, because that's what we do. And you're going to put these little circles in. Now the best way to manage the template is to keep your pencil completely vertical like this, okay? And then you're going to come over here and you're going to line this edge up, just like I lined this edge up. Okay? And that's going to be your stove. All right? You may go home and measure your stove and you may find out it's 36 inches. That's because you probably are living in a freestanding or single family home, and we have a little more latitude than we do in apartments. Okay? For dishwashers are 24 inches wide. So, and they're under the cabinet.
How many inches?
24. They're shown with a dashed line as well, but it's going to be a smaller dashed line, so we don't get them confused with the wall cabinets. And then we're just going to put with our little 1/8 inch lines .
Are all dishwashers 24 inches?
Almost all of them are. They make apartment size ones, which are 18 or plus or minus an inch, and then they make some larger ones for large high-end home kitchens, which can go up to 36 inches for regular residential stuff. And then you'll go ahead and put in your DW. Okay. For your washers and dryers, those are going to be 30 inches. And you're just basically doing what I just did. You're going to keep yours in alignment because obviously I'm a horrible drafter. Okay. And you're going to put W for washer and D for dryer. Okay. And I don't care which side they go on and all that. They're all ambidextrous type of things. No. No, you don't have to do that. W and D are fine. So for the refrigerator, slide this over. You determine what size you want. I always do 36, and you put an R. Okay? Starting to see how this all works out. For the sink, basically, your sink is going to be a double bowl, because that's what all sinks are. And you just kind of eyeball this thing in there, and you determine whether you want a 12, 16, or 25. You really, 25s are single bowls. 16 and 12 can be a double bowl. 16 and 16 can be a double bowl. 16 and 25 can be a double bowl. It just depends on how big you want your sink to be. Now you can slide your template up onto your T-square or your parallel bar, and that'll keep everything in alignment. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay? So you don't have to do the eyeball thing like I'm doing. But then you can eyeball, see these guys right here? I can put a cabinet above it. So we've covered toilets, sinks, doors, tubs, dishwashers, washers, dryers, refrigerators, stoves. The only thing we haven't covered yet, oh, hot water heaters, sorry.
Water heater.
Thank you. A water heater is typically going to be about 18 to 24 inches in diameter, depending on its size.
Sorry, what was that number?
18 to 24 inches, depending on its size.
If you measured it,
Yeah, if you measure from a diameter.
okay.
Yeah. And you just put a WH in there for water heater, not HWH. So in your bathroom, you got a lavatory. Now in your bathroom, your countertops can be 21 inches deep. Yeah, that was news to me in my world. But basically, you locate, I'm going to start using this. Do not use the side of your template to draw walls. Okay? I'm doing it just for ease of convenience. I'm going to put another countertop in. I never use these countertops because, quite honestly, I don't trust the depth of them with the pencil. But for ease of stuff tonight. So you'll locate the center of your bowl, wherever that is. 18, 24, whatever. Right in the middle if you want. If I want it right in the middle of this 6-foot run, I mark it at 3. I mark it at 2. And then I draw very light lines, which I'm going to erase in a few minutes. And then I can put whichever design bowl I want. Or I could line it up with this one and do this fancy oval one. Oops. This would be like a double vanity.
You would put them that close to each other?
Well, no, she was just asking what about this double vanity? You can't see it over there. I'll get there. Okay. Am I up there? My little finger thingy up there?
Yeah.
Is it not moving?
No.
Is there a pan? Oh, forget it. Nothing like making my life miserable. So you got your double vanity there? Oh, you don't know how long it is. All right, let's tell you the double vanity is... Let's see, so this tub is probably 6 feet. So the vanity is probably 7 feet long. You can get away with a 6-footer, but it's dead space. You can run it all the way up to here, except you need to leave 18 inches by the door. Okay? So 18 inches, and you can then bring your vanity all the way to where that little wall jut is, if you want to. It's up to you. Okay, so the final thing is windows, right? So let me draw 2 tick marks for our window wall. Windows go in exterior walls. Everybody got that? Mm-hmm. Not interior walls, so they wouldn't be in 4-inch walls. So when you have a window, you know where it's at. In our case, we said one of the windows was 6 foot, and I'm going to do the 3'4" first. So you lay it out 3 foot, 4 inches, right there. You find the middle, which is 3 inches right there. Take your T-square or your triangle or your parallel bar and you strike it, oops, right across. And that's your window. All right?
That's all you do?
That's it. It's that simple.
So,
No, don't do all that stuff. It's just a waste of time.
so you said the windows go on the
Exterior walls.
exterior walls.
Yep.
In the middle of the wall.
Well, wherever, yeah, and then the window pane is in the middle of the, yeah. Wow, that one came out normal. Surprise! Any questions on that? That should give you everything you need to do your floor plans. Okay? If you do the fireplace, it's just a fireplace. I mean, do you want dimensions for it?
We can just draw it in there.
Yeah, you can just draw it in there. Most fireplaces nowadays are prefab inserts. Brick masons don't like to do them anymore because there's a lot of liability in it. And basically, when you buy a prefabbed one, you transfer almost all of that liability, unless it's installed incorrectly, back to the manufacturer. Yes, ma'am?
What are we doing about that wet bar?
Wet bar in the living room by the fireplace that doesn't exist anymore. Okay, so we're talking about this guy right here would be a counter comes out. Looks like they got some cabinets over the top and then a little sink right there. Yeah, it's hard to see with this drawing because they didn't dash the lines for the cabinets. They were, obviously it was a CAD drawing because every text is exactly the same. But they didn't do that for some odd reason. My guess is, well, no, they knew how to do dash lines because here's a dishwasher. So I don't know why they didn't do dash lines. Oh, closets. Woo! Right. Forgot about that one. Sometimes it just happens. So we said the depth of a closet was
2 feet.
2 feet inside, right? And then 4 feet out. just going to randomly put one in.
We need like 4 feet out.
What? You said
And
4
you
feet
said 4
out.
feet out.
Did I say that?
Mm-hmm.
No, 2 feet out.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. When you've been working 14-hour days, and you already know that because I whined about it last week. So I'm going to make mine, I'll make it 4 feet wide, so that then that makes it look like I actually knew what I was doing and just crossed my words around. How's that? I'm kidding.
When you say it's 2 feet deep, it's not long.
Yeah, 2 feet goes from here to here. Okay? So now I'm going to put my door in. I put my door right in the middle. So I don't know where middle is, so I'm going to measure. It's 4 feet long, it's here. And then my closet, my door itself for a closet was how wide? 2 feet, right? Standard closet depth. So I'm going to go a foot off the one side and a foot off to the other side, and I'm going to draw my tick marks. And I'm going to get rid of my lines. And I'm going to put my door in.
I'm sorry, what's the closet door?
2 feet. Now, what you see where on this particular one, as soon as it focuses, I've got my line here. This is the hinge point of the door. Okay? It should always be, this line is going to represent where the door is closing. So when you look down the hallway or in the room, it doesn't jog in like it would if it was swinging in to the room. Does that make sense? Okay, so the hinge point is always swinging whichever way you want your door to swing, and that's where the corner of this thing goes. I mean, don't do this. And then we talked about this last week. Okay? This is swinging this way, it should be on that wall right there, that side of the wall. If it's swinging the other way, I'm going to flip it around, and I'm going to put this line on the wall face where the hinge should be. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. So I draw my line, draw my arc, there's my door. Now, your closet has got a shelf, doesn't it? Okay, shelves are 12 inches deep, 11 3/4. You're going to show those shelves as dashed lines. Why are they dashed?
Because they go up above.
They're above the cut plane, right? And then you're going to come out 1.5 inches. Okay? And you're going to draw what we call a center line, which is basically a long line, a short line, and then a long line. That represents the center line of the closet rod. Okay? Closet rods come out over the shelf if you use your standard closet rod hanger, which looks like this. It's a little metal piece. Everybody familiar with that? Okay.
You said 1.5 inches.
Oh, you can't see it.
From the shelf?
Yeah, this is 1.5 inches from the shelf, and this is why right there. This is the shelf. Okay? This is the rod that hangs on the shelf, that holds the shelf up, that gets screwed into the wall. Okay, in 2 places. And then the closet rod sits right there. Does that make sense to everybody? Y'all go home and look at your closet rods. I know they do it another way. Okay? I'll show you that one in a minute. But this is so that your hangers can hang on there. Does that make sense? Okay. The other way that they do it is the shelf is longer, and they put the rod underneath it. And they do that with 2, if you're looking at this in elevation now, there's a little brass or plastic piece, probably plastic in our world, which they break.